Hello there, and welcome to Mega Crab Stage 28. And I know the first thing that comes to mind is, hey, wait a minute. Last time we saw you, weren't you partway through Stage 26? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, I most certainly was. You are very astute, and your skills of observation are incredible. So it turns out I boosted everything up. I got my troops ready. I got, all of my stuff going. I got my statues boosted. I got my cords plugged in. I'm sitting in front of the computer. I start doing my attacks, and I'm like, all right, this is going great. The only thing I forgot was to press that record button. And it turns out without pressing the record button, not a whole lot happens. Yeah. So, that being said, here's stage 28, because I realized I had not hit record partway through 27 and was like, well, I guess this is how we're gonna roll. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this attack on 28 went. As you can see, I loaded up the heavy Zooka. Oh god. Heavy Zooka. Oh, Snooky. Oh my goodness. Wait, can we call it Smooky? Smoky. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Smooky would be like Smoky Zookies. So, this would be Schmooky? Snooky? Anyways, doesn't matter. Oh, I shouldn't have watched all those episodes of Jersey Shore. It's done horrible things to my brain. Come on. So, the reason I loaded up with the heavy Zooka and then smoked them through was because I knew that there were a bunch of rocket launchers in there. I knew there were a bunch of mines in my way. And I almost feel like with the last couple of Mega Crabs, Supercell has like slowly been trying to build bases to be anti-all Zooka. Like they have mines in the way, or they have rocket launchers in the way, or they have, just little things that make the AZ much, much harder. Now, obviously, the only way to combat that is by throwing some heavies in front. So, for example, in the case of this level, there was a buttload of mines. That's the scientific term, buttload of mines. Now, I could have blown like a bunch of barrages and artilleries and critters probably, and cleared out some of these mines, or instead, I do it for free with one boat of heavies. And then the added bonus is, as you can see, the rocket launchers are firing at my heavies, so, my Zookas are just that much safer hidden in behind there while they take out the core. And it's a skill that I've been kind of working on because I really do feel like this is the way they want us to have to play. Like, they seem to be making the bases so you can't just AZ them, so you've got to adapt your skills set, you've got to change your abilities, and you've got to do some things that will make things get done. In this case, rolling around with some troops in front of your Zookas. Now, with this level, it's kind of the same thing, but a little bit different, because instead of rolling with the heavies, I got the Riflemen. And the reason I went with the Riflemen is because if you look over in the corner next to the HQ for this attack, over there you've got shock blasters, you've got rocket launchers, you've got boom cannons and sniper towers, and like cannons and all of these crazy things, which on a good day are tough to deal with, but when you're trying to like slip through and make things happen, they're really quite vicious. But if you throw shocks just right, you can actually knock out most of the towers and do some really serious damage. So I loaded up some riflemen so that they could stand out in front of my Zookas and basically get one shot by boom cannons and sniper towers and stuff like that, and do as much damage as possible so that I can clear out that like base area. It worked kind of ish. I actually didn't see the shock blaster in behind the HQ until I was already smoking over, and I was just like, curses, and started having to kind of adapt on the fly. It wasn't too horrible, but it could have been a little bit nicer. So with the second attack, because I've already cleared out a bunch of stuff and done some damage, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna blow a little bit of GBE at the beginning of the attack, clear out some of those splash damage buildings, and make my life that much more easy so that I can just sneak in from behind and not have to worry about the extra shocks and things like that. Which, you know, I'm sure would have been an absolutely fantastic plan had it worked. So, obviously, I throw my flare down at the bottom corner, I start flaring my troops through here, and I am able to get in behind the HQ, but kind of like last level, where I was like, oh, I want to take out that shock blaster, and like a bunch of my Zookas went around the core in a really weird way to get to the shock blaster, and thus ran over like a mountain of mines. It kind of happens to me again, where I've got like a bunch of Zookas that go around the front end, kind of exposing themselves. Now, I did throw the shock as best I could to take out as many defenses as possible and really reduce the amount of losses, but you know, they're just a pain in the butt. Now, don't get me wrong, I do eventually clear out all the defenses in this area. I pull back, and then I drop some critters, because it's only about a 4 million point shield, so I can chill back in the safe spot here and get my win, but, you know. Anyways, this is pretty much 29 down. Now, I did continue on to 30, but then I realized, oh crud, I can't do that because PSC Life and myself have a bit of a friendly competition going on for stages 30 to 35 to see what kind of damage we can do to those bad boys unboosted. Now, it's a pretty straightforward competition. I'm going to have the explanation of that in that video, which is probably going to be coming out fairly soon-ish. But until then, thanks very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And above all else, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.